Alright, so earlier today, I released a video explaining Stealth Sniper and the difference between two separate weapons, which we're going to get into today. And in my rush to get it out before I had to go to work, I really wasn't paying much attention. I made a really big mistake, and someone in the comments pointed it out. And I really appreciate them pointing that out because not only was it kind of embarrassing, but I don't want to give people the wrong information. But somehow I had on commando cards instead of rifleman cards for my entire demonstration. I even mentioned the word commando and it didn't click for some reason. But anyways, I would mention this person, but I don't know if they want me to mention them. But either way, thank you. I appreciate it. But let's get into it now. So this video is going to be about Stealth Sniper. So as far as stealth goes, I don't think you can really get any better than the Chinese stealth. The armor doesn't really have amazing damage resistance. The radiation resistance is amazing on it. But what it does have is really good stealth, and it's ultra light. And I'm not going to make a video on that going into too in depth because a lot of people have already done this, especially Angry Turtle has made a lot of videos about stealth-related topics. Like, for example, if you're underneath the sun, for example, it doesn't really affect it as much, but only if you're in direct light from an other light source, like a lamp or something. But either way, as far as stealth goes, this is quite possibly your best bet. But if you want to combine power with that, then I would go with a full set of armor that you can put legendary effects on. Put that apparel back on. There. So what I've got on, I'll go over the armor and whatnot at the end of each section that I demonstrate. But I've got Covert Scout on. This can be done with Secret Service if you can't get your hands on that. And if you can't even get your hands on Secret Service, this can be done fairly easily with leather as well. But the first weapon we're going to use is Gauss rifle. If you're not going to go bloodied, if you're going to go full health, I'd recommend instigating. And the Gauss rifle has innate explosion damage, so I'm going to add explosion damage to this and reload speed. The 4-star I have on here is pinpointers. It's got a Lang long barrel, forceful stock, and the perforated capacitors. Now, the perforated capacitors gives you 40% armor penetration. And if you wanted to make this prime, so the base damage was higher, you'd have to give up that armor penetration. And I'll go over these cards in more in depth later, but I didn't, only 15 points. I'd really like concentrated fire, ranked up higher, but I wanted ground pounder maxed out so I could reload faster. And I ranked tank killer down to 2. It might not even be necessary with that armor pen on. But I'll go over the rest of these cards a little bit more later. So let's test this out. This time with the proper setup. With the Gauss rifle, you can just fire it one round at a time, and it does act like a semi-automatic weapon until you have to reload. Currently, as I have it set up right now, I can only hold 5, but to get the real power out of it, you need to charge it. Now, I'm not real fond of that. That's not my style, but let's see what we can do here. I don't have any chems on anything at the moment, so let's kill a few without doing that. Miss. Okay. I think I usually find out if a super mutant's back is to you, you're more likely to miss a headshot. 1427. Level 100, here we go. See what I mean? Let's get some crits. Let's try to crit on that level 100. $1933. With the explosion damage that popped up was 488, it looked like. 1535. Alright, I'm going to take some regular shots here without charging it up. Level 100. Okay, so that is without anything boosting it. So let me move on to the next room here, and I'll take a few chems. So we're not set up really for the Nuka Dark, but I'll explain that later. So we'll take one Blight Soup for crit damage and Overdrive. Try to get a crit. 1845. Yeah, the first time when I was kind of made a mistake with the setup, I was kind of unimpressed with the amount of damage. Now it is better, but I'm still disappointed. I honestly thought it would have been better. So that combined with the having to charge it up to get its full potential, it's a little disappointing. But anyways, let's try something a little harder. Alright, here we are at the Behemoth. See if my effects are still going. Overdrive, Dark, Light Soup. Alright. Wake up. $2209. Alright, let's do a crit shot. 3255, not bad. Alright, I've charged up all those shots. See if we can't spam a few on it. Here we go. Alright, so the armor that I have on is going to be the same for both setups. I've got Covert Scout for everything except for the chest, because Covert Scout chest you can't put a jetpack on, so I have a Secret Service chest. All of them have Unyielding, Agility, Through Hikers, and Rangers. Through Hikers I carry a lot of chems and food, but if you don't want to carry that, then you could put on a different 3rd star. And then Rangers, because you get the 25% additional damage on a full stack. Now, one of them I do have on, let's see if I can find it here. Secret Agents. It's got a 25% reduced detection chance and 25% less while sneaking. Now, as far as I know, that doesn't stack. It might have changed and I've been unaware of it, but only one of them counts. So otherwise, I would normally have all through hikers. That's normally how I run. But I decided to sacrifice one of those for the secret agents. The Covert Scout also has an additional 5% stealth and shadows. And of course, the shadowed mod on every piece gives it another 5% stealth and shadows. Now, the shadows, you can ignore that. It doesn't matter, shadow or not, as long as it's not a direct light source other than the sun. But the cards on this, under strength, I have just Bandolier. Concentrated Fire, rank 1. If I don't mind slower reloads, I would swap that out and make that max level to make it so you miss less, because that is obnoxious with the slow firing rifle. The Rifleman cards this time, Tank Killer, Fireproof, because we are stealth. We're not expecting to take direct damage, but AoE explosions, this can really save your bacon. These new Endurance cards are really nice. Increased damage under resistance based on endurance. Life Giver, natural resistance. Radical, because we are irradiated. Starch Genes, Thirst Quencher for max AP based on endurance. And Vaccinated to make sure that we don't get the disease and those cards keep working. Now, I do consider this to be most likely a solo setup. You're not likely to be on a team with this, but if you do, you can swap that out for Strange in Numbers. That's only 1 point, and then you could do whatever you want, swap it out a little bit. Tenderizer for 10% more damage for 10 seconds after you attack. Now, here is where it takes a lot of investment. 5-star Demolition Expert, and all 3 science cards, because the Gauss rifle can take advantage of the science cards. So that's 11 points that you have to put into getting additional damage for that. And to me, it's just not worth it, especially what I'm going to do with the next setup. I'll show you. Adrenaline, Covert Operative. Your ranged attacks do an additional 50% sneak attack damage, and that is very important for this particular setup. Escape Artist, Gunfu. Gunfu is more usable with a commando setup, but it's still nice with this one. Sneak, Better Criticals, Class Freak, 4-Leaf Clover, Grim Reaper Sprint. This, if you're attacking a single target, it's not useful at all. But if you are taking down multiple enemies, having a 35% chance to restore all your action points after each kill is very nice. Serendipity, as I understand, it has been nerfed, but we are low health, so a chance based on luck to evade is nice for 1 point. Junk Shield, to get 1 point, very nice. All you need is 100 pieces of junk. I carry cork. Good with salt. If you don't carry around food, then swap that out for a Bloody Mess. That'll get you an additional 15% damage. Legendary perks. Follow through. Range sneak attack damage increases damage to target by 10 or 40% for 10 seconds. That is really good for this. It's a definite for this setup. Alright, same as in the other build. My luck is only at 29. And in order to crit every other shot, which is something we definitely want to do, it has to be at 33. So, the setup I have now, I am using a hunting rifle. Again, instigating if you're going to go full health, but we're going bloodied. I have Vital on this one for the 50% critical damage. Faster reload, same as before, and pinpointers. But this one's a little bit different because we can use the prime receiver on this one and a perforating magazine for that 40% armor penetration. So the gear I have on is the same. The cards, however, this is the same with the exception of I swapped out intelligence for charisma. The rest of the cards, luck is the same, agility is the same. Intelligence, however, does not have the demolitions expert or science expert, science master. So that frees up a lot of slots. Lone Wanderer, Tenderizer, same as before, but we have Party Boy, Happy-Go-Lucky, and that combined with Cola Nut. So if we take a Nuka-Cola Dark, that's going to give us a lot of buffs. Our specials are going to go way up. And I made a whole video about that earlier, about the benefits of Nuka-Cola Dark and everything surrounding Nuka-Cola Dark. But, so here we've got mostly the same things. I added on rank 2 Chem Fiend because I had room. Same thing under Perception. And under Strength, I also added Blocker because we had room to add something on, so I figured why not. So let's go try this one out. Alright, so let's try this out again here. See what effects I have going. Alright, so Blight Soup is still going. So, I don't have Nuka-Cola Dark, so here. Let's try some non-crit shots. 1334, 2054. Alright. Pretty decent. So let's do... Here, let me first show you this. So there's my specials. We're going to take a Nuka-Cola Dark. And there's my specials again. Really ramps it up. So let's redo the Blight Soup, the Overdrive. See what we can get here. Okay. It's pretty good numbers. Yeah, I like the flow of this a lot better. I don't have to pause and stop to charge it. So, of course, I did have to take Nuka-Cola Dark, but what I might do, so I don't have to rely on it just to get the 33, is on my armor, I might swap out a couple of the agility, since I don't really need, with a non-automatic weapon, I don't really need as much of an AP pull, and I'll easily get that 33 luck without having to rely on the Nuka-Cola Dark. And I'll just use it as I want to get my numbers up. Alright, I'm going to renew these. Alright. Excuse me, miss. I would like to shoot you in the face. 1767. 1813. That was pretty easy. I'm getting pretty respectable numbers on a legendary. Can't even see what's going on. What are they like? make them do this even more. There we go, a 3-star. Oh, 3083. 4446, nice. So in my opinion, the winner is the hunting rifle. Now, those are really the only two choices for a stealth sniper setup. But between the two, I prefer the hunting rifle. I don't want to charge up a shot. I do like the semi-automatic nature of it, but it is worth it to me between each shot to have to crank out a bolt with the bolt action for the next round without having to charge. Also, the damage I was getting from the hunting rifle, it was definitely better than a non-charged shot in the Gauss rifle. And I didn't have to use all those points in intelligence. Now, if you don't want to have to use the Nuka Dark, if you don't want to go that route, or Blight Soup or Overdrive, then probably ultimately you're going to be better off with the Gauss rifle. You'll get better results that way. Now, also, I could, with the Gauss rifle setup, I could take out some of these cards that increase your damage and energy resistance, and your AP regen, and go with the Nuka Dark setup if you wanted to combine those two as well. But I believe I just prefer this particular setup. For both setups, I'm running the same mutations. Got Adrenal Reaction for the additional damage if you're bloodied. I'm not bloodied enough, so hold on, let me give you proper numbers here. There we go. So additional damage. Bird Bones for the reduced fall speed and additional agility. Eagle Eyes for crit. Egghead for extra intelligence. Healing Factor was an accident. I accidentally clicked on the wrong serum, but it's not really affected me much. So Herbivore, because if you're going to do crit, that's the way to go. Herd Mentality. Marsupial, Scaly Skin, Speed Demon, Twisted Muscles. On a side note, I unlocked the title Gleaming Eradicator last week, and I didn't mention it, but you get that for defeating all encounters in the raid 76 times. So you can get Drill Eradicator and Serpent Eradicator for completing each one of those individually 76 times, but you can find that under Challenges and Combat, and it'll show you different things that you can get and titles that you can earn. And then also, if you want to equip them, under Stat, you get your prefix and suffix, and you can find it. There are different titles available here. Sorry for the mix-up. I felt kind of stupid, and I appreciate people pointing out if I do make a mistake on something. I don't want to give people the wrong information. But also, I've seen some people make in the some points in the comments. If there's any particular title or build or thing that you would like me to tackle and make a video about it, I will, let me know in the comments. I will try to get around to making it. But either way, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You have a good day.